Tonight, we dive into a real-life international standoff in the Red Sea, a region that has become a chessboard for the world's most powerful militaries. Imagine yourself as a pilot, soaring above these strategic waters on a tense surveillance mission. Below, the Red Sea stretches out, a vital artery for global trade, where every movement is watched and every decision could have global consequences. Suddenly, your cockpit is flooded with a blinding green light, a military-grade laser, fired from a Chinese warship below. In an instant, routine patrol turns into a high-stakes confrontation. This isn't fiction or a scene from a movie. It happened to a German military crew, igniting a diplomatic crisis that sent shockwaves from Berlin to Beijing and beyond. That single flash of light was more than just a momentary threat. It became a symbol of the rising tensions and the fragile peace in one of the world's most critical waterways, where a single misstep could have far-reaching consequences. The Red Sea is now a flashpoint, a place where global powers and regional conflicts collide, and where the stakes are higher than ever before. On one side, an EU-led coalition is working around the clock to protect vital shipping lanes from Houthi rebel attacks, ensuring that commerce and energy supplies keep flowing to the world. On the other, China is flexing its growing naval power far from home, determined to show that it too can safeguard its interests and project influence on the global stage. The laser incident brought these forces into direct confrontation, turning the Red Sea into a stage for international drama and military brinkmanship. The German plane was on a mission to ensure safety and stability in the region. The Chinese warship claimed it was protecting shipping too, but their methods sent a very different message. Instead of cooperation, the encounter quickly turned hostile, with both sides accusing each other of provocation and overstepping boundaries. Targeting a foreign military aircraft with a laser is a serious escalation, raising tough questions about the rules of engagement, the risks of miscalculation, and China's true intentions in these contested waters. Was it a warning shot, a reckless mistake, or a calculated test of Europe's resolve and unity? Military analysts and diplomats are still searching for answers. This isn't just about one plane and one ship, it's about shifting global power dynamics and the new reality of multipolar competition on the high seas. The US Navy once ruled these waters almost uncontested. Now the EU and China are asserting themselves, and the balance of power is changing before our eyes. When powerful navies operate in the same crowded space, the risk of miscalculation, misunderstanding, and even open conflict skyrockets, making every encounter a potential flashpoint. The Red Sea laser showdown is more than just a headline. It's a stark warning of what's at stake when rival powers meet in contested waters, and a reminder that the next crisis could be just one miscalculation away. Why was a German military plane flying over the Red Sea thousands of kilometers from home? The answer lies in a growing crisis that has drawn Europe into troubled waters far from its own shores. Enter Operation Aspides, the European Union's shield for commercial vessels, a mission designed to keep vital trade routes open and safe. In response to a surge of Houthi attacks on international shipping, the EU launched this defensive naval mission in early 2024, determined to protect the flow of goods through one of the world's busiest maritime corridors. The mission's goal is clear: protect civilian ships, escort them safely through dangerous waters, and defend against attacks at sea, focusing strictly on maritime security, with no strikes on land. Germany quickly dispatched its advanced frigate Hessen, joining a multinational EU force that includes France, Italy, and Greece. Together, these nations form a united front, demonstrating European solidarity and resolve. For Germany, this was a significant step, signaling a new willingness to take on military responsibilities and contribute to international security. Operation Aspides also highlights the EU's growing ability to act independently on the world stage, even as the US Navy runs its own parallel mission nearby. This marks a shift in Europe's approach to global security. The German surveillance plane, which was recently targeted by a Chinese laser, played a crucial role in this mission, serving as the eyes in the sky for the entire fleet. These aircraft patrol the vast expanse of the Red Sea, using advanced sensors and radar to spot potential threats long before they can reach commercial ships. Their job is to search for Houthi attack boats, drones, or missiles, any danger that could threaten the safety of merchant vessels. This real-time aerial surveillance is absolutely crucial for the mission's success, providing early warning and vital intelligence to the warships below. Thanks to these patrols, warships can intercept attacks before they happen, protecting both lives and cargo. Without this layer of protection, the mission would be far riskier, leaving commercial ships exposed and vulnerable to sudden attacks. The recent laser incident put this entire security effort in jeopardy, highlighting just how fragile and complex these operations can be in such a tense environment. Here's what happened over the Red Sea, a region that has become a flashpoint for global tensions and military activity. In June 2024, a German P-3C Orion was flying a routine surveillance mission as part of Operation Aspides, a European-led effort to protect vital shipping lanes from threats and ensure maritime security in the Red Sea. Suddenly, the crew detected a high-energy laser aimed directly at their aircraft. From a Chinese Luoyang 3 class destroyer operating in the same waters, the use of such a laser is not just provocative, it's dangerous, with the potential to cause serious harm. The blinding light filled the cockpit, forcing the pilots to shield their eyes and struggle to maintain control. In those tense moments, their eyesight and even their lives were at risk, as the intense beam could have caused permanent damage or led to a catastrophic accident. Acting quickly, the crew took evasive action, maneuvering the aircraft away from danger and immediately reporting the alarming incident up the chain of command. Germany responded swiftly and decisively, summoning China's ambassador to Berlin and demanding a full explanation for what they saw as an unprovoked attack on their military personnel. For Berlin, this was more than just a technical incident. It was a deliberate hostile act that endangered lives and challenged Germany's commitment to international security. China, however, flatly denied any wrongdoing. Officials insisted their ship was conducting a legal anti-piracy mission and accused Germany of exaggerating the event and stirring up trouble in the region. The two sides offered starkly different accounts of what happened, but Western officials stood by their evidence, releasing data and images to support their claims and rallying support from allies. This wasn't the first time military lasers have been used to harass or intimidate, but it was a rare and direct confrontation between European and Chinese forces, raising the stakes in an already tense region. The incident exposed the growing risks of crowded, contested waters, where military and commercial vessels from rival powers operate in close proximity, and misunderstandings can quickly spiral out of control. It also showed just how quickly a single, seemingly isolated act can escalate into a full-blown diplomatic crisis, with governments scrambling to respond and prevent further escalation. For Germany and the European Union, the message was clear. Their forces are now on the front lines of global power competition, facing new and unpredictable threats far from home. For China, the incident was a chance to test Western resolve and demonstrate its growing naval power in a strategically vital region. The standoff left both sides more wary, the Red Sea more dangerous, and the world reminded of how fragile peace can be in these contested waters. The German incident isn't isolated, it fits a pattern. China has repeatedly used lasers to harass foreign military aircraft and ships, especially in contested regions. In 2022, a Chinese warship targeted an Australian surveillance plane with a laser. China denied it as usual. The US has reported similar incidents, including pilots suffering eye injuries near China's base in Djibouti. Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia have used lasers against Filipino and Vietnamese vessels in the South China Sea. These aren't random acts, they're deliberate, gray-zone tactics to intimidate and gather intelligence. Each incident adds to the evidence of China's aggressive posture at sea. Lasers have become a signature tool in Beijing's playbook. Military-grade lasers are no cat toys, they're dangerous weapons. Their main purpose, disrupt and disable. The biggest risk is to pilots' eyesight. Temporary blindness, glare, and disorientation can be catastrophic in flight. Even a few seconds of blindness can cause a crash. Permanent eye damage is possible, ending careers and changing lives. Targeting an aircraft with a laser is a serious, reckless act. Lasers can also damage sensitive sensors and cameras on surveillance planes, blinding the aircraft itself. This neutralizes a high-value asset without firing a missile. It's a form of assault against both the crew and the mission. That's why these incidents are taken so seriously by militaries worldwide. The Red Sea incident is a stark reminder of these dangers. The stakes are high every time a laser is fired. The Red Sea isn't just another ocean, it's a global choke point. It links the Mediterranean to the Indian Ocean, connecting Europe and Asia. About 12% of global trade and 30% of container traffic pass through here each year. Disruptions force ships to detour thousands of miles, raising costs and delaying goods. Houthi attacks have already caused shipping chaos and price spikes. The Red Sea is also a vital energy route. Oil and gas flow from the Middle East to Europe. Any blockage could send energy prices soaring. That's why so many nations are willing to send warships to protect it. The diplomatic fallout was immediate and intense. Germany condemned the laser attack, calling it unacceptable and summoning China's ambassador. The message: such reckless acts have consequences. China flatly denied the incident, accusing Germany of spreading false information. This war of words highlights the deepening rift between China and the West. There's no shared understanding, just mutual distrust. For Germany and its allies, the evidence is clear. For China, it's all Western propaganda. This laser incident shakes the already tense relationship between China, the EU, and NATO. The German plane was flying for an EU mission, so the attack challenges the entire bloc. It tests the EU's unity and credibility as a security provider. China's military ambitions are now a direct concern for Europe, not just a distant issue. Expect harder attitudes toward China in Brussels and beyond. For NATO, the incident is a wake-up call. An attack on a German asset is a concern for the whole alliance. NATO now officially sees China's behavior as a challenge to its interests and values. This event will push for greater vigilance and unity on China policy. The lines between economic and military security are blurring. The incident strengthens calls for a tougher, more coordinated Western response. EU and NATO strategies on China are converging. The Red Sea standoff could mark a turning point. The Red Sea laser showdown is a warning for global security. The old rules at sea are being tested by new powers and gray zone tactics. Western militaries will likely boost protections for crews and sensors and update rules of engagement. Diplomatically, expect a more united Western front against such provocations. For global trade, the risks and uncertainties just increased. Any escalation could disrupt this vital artery even more. The world is watching. Can major powers avoid a bigger crisis, or is this just the beginning of a new era of confrontation at sea? The stakes have never been higher.